Still Goin Down by Morgan Wallen is going to be played in standard tuning, and I'll show you two ways to play it, one without a capo and one with a capo. The way that I believe it's getting played on the album is this first way right here. So the first chord is going to be a variant of an F. I've got my ring finger on the 4-string 3 fret. I've got an open 3 string. I've got my first finger on the 2-string 1 fret. And I've got my pinky finger on the 1-string 3 fret. One thing right at the offset of the song here, your first finger and your pinky finger are going to remain planted on those 2 frets, or those 2 strings on these same frets, the entire song. Those two strings droning are a drone that happen throughout every single song. Also, the strumming pattern. The strumming pattern literally is just down, up, 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 down, up. And so every chord, we're really just going to be moving with our ring finger and our second finger to get the chord to ring out, because our first finger and pinky finger will remain right there the entire song. So the first chord, that F that I just spoke about, the second chord will be an A minor 7 shape. So we're really just going to lift our ring finger and then put our second finger down on the 4-string 2 fret. During the verses, I feel like really you don't hear the open 5-string ring out here. During the verses, I feel like it's more just the 4-string down that gets strummed. Then the third chord of the chorus will be to lift up your second finger. The third chord of the verse is to lift up your second finger and go with your ring finger to the 6-string 3 fret. This makes the chord a G tonality for us. And then the fourth chord of the verse is going to be a C, where we'll move with our ring finger to the 5-string 3 fret. In the G chord and the C chord, you want for your ring finger to be blocking out the string immediately behind it. So in the G chord, the ring finger is muting the 5-string. In the C chord, the ring finger is muting the 4-string. So that's the verse. The only difference between the verse and the chorus is that I feel like the second chord gets more pronounced as the A minor feel. So in the chorus, I think that you would want to, in the second chord, really emphasize that open 5-string there. So we've gone F to an A minor 7, to a G, to a C. All the while emphasizing that drone of strings 1 and 2, the 2-string 1 fret, and the 1-string 3 fret with our first and pinky fingers. Alright, real quick, if you want to use a capo, the way that you would play this with a capo is to capo on the 5th fret, and your chord shapes now will be a C add 9 to an E minor to a D chord to a G chord. And similar to what we were doing in the C or the F and C shapes up here, if you're going to capo on the 5th fret and play this way, your ring finger and pinky finger will remain planted on strings 1 and 2 the entire progression as well. So for the first chord, I've got my ring finger on the 2-string 3 fret, and I'm speaking relative to the capo as though the capo is the nut, 1, 2, 3, and my pinky finger on the 1-string 3 fret. My second finger will go down on the 5-string 3 fret, and my second finger will similarly be blocking out the 4-string right behind it, like we were doing in our chords up here, wanting the ring finger, the second finger, sometimes to block out the string behind it. So that's our first chord. The second chord is going to be leaving ring and pinky where they are the whole time. Move with your first finger to the 5-string 2 fret, and strum from the 5-string down if we're in the verse. If we're in the chorus, strum from the open 6-string down. So for the verse feel, or for the chorus feel, so we've got the C to the kind of like an E minor shape to a D. So the third chord of the verse here is going to be to pull the first finger back to the 3-string 2 fret and strum from the open 4-string down. But if you catch the open 5-string, that's okay as well. You just don't want to catch an open 6-string here. And then the last chord in this capo variation is a G shape, going with your second finger to the 6-string 3 fret. Okay, other thoughts about this. There are a couple of little lead parts going on. First, let me talk about I can't think of a logical way to really play this, other than to capo on the 3rd fret. There are a couple different ways to do it, but I guess this is the most logical to get the tone. There is a riff happening in the intro and random parts in the song where you hear a happening kind of in the left channel. So what I've done here to achieve that is capo on the 3rd fret, and then I'm hammering from the 3rd string 2 fret to the 3rd string 5 fret. And again, I'm speaking relative to the capo. So first finger on the 3-string 2 fret, ring finger hammer to the 3-string 5 fret. So 2 fret to 5 fret. 2 fret to 4 fret. It would be important. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be helpful if I actually said the right frets. So 3-string, first finger, 2nd fret, hammering with your ring finger to the 3-string 4 fret. And then immediately after that hammer on, you hit the open 2-string behind it, which is the exact same note. But you can hear, or I can hear in the recording, it's a fretted note and then an open note right behind it. And I feel like this is really kind of the only way to achieve that, is with the capo right here. So, and you do that like 2 times. So hammer, open 2, hammer, open 2, and then come back to the 3-string 2 fret. Something along those lines. Also, there's some nice little texture chords that one of the guitars is playing during the verse. One texture chord that you might like to play would be this. I've got an open 4-string. This is still while I'm capoed on the 3rd fret, by the way, but I've got an open 4-string. My second finger on the 3-string 2 fret, my ring finger on the 2-string 2 fret, and an open 1-string. Or you would go ring finger to the 4-string 4 fret, first finger barring the 3-string and the 2-string on the 2 fret, and go 4, 3, 2 strings. So those chords are happening while the main part is in the verse going like the F chord to the A minor chord to the G chord to the C chord. One guitar might go, what was it? Something like that. Or something like that. Alright, lastly, the little lead part that is happening in this with the slide. Really pretty easy part with the slide. You would need a slide, but it's going to be on the 12th fret of strings 2 and 3, and then the 13th fret of string 2. So I'm starting with my slide on the 12th fret. I'm going to pluck the 2 string, and I'm going to slide down like towards the lower note side of the fretboard. And then I'm going to come with my slide to the 12th fret of string 3. So I've gone 2 string, 12th fret, slide down a little bit, and then 3 string, 12th fret. And you might want to try to be very precise with your right hand to, whenever you're done with a certain string, put some finger on it to mute it. Like I'm using my first finger and my thumb to try to mute strings that I'm not wanting to ring out. So after you get that little lick, you come back to the 12th string, you come back to the 2-string 12th fret, pluck that, and just raise the slide up 1 fret to the 13th fret. Just one last point about slide, in case you've got one and you're trying to attempt this and have never done it before. With a slide, you don't actually press it down onto the frets. You're just letting that slide hover right above the string. Well, I mean, it's touching the string, but you're not fretting the guitar with your slide. You're just having it hover right on top of the string above the frets. And you can get noise out of it as you do that. So you want to press down enough that the slide is in contact with the string, but not so much that you're actually fretting the note with the string. You're not wanting to go. It wants to be fluid. Alright, so that's the slide part that happens in the song as well. And I think I've covered everything there. So those are the chords and the movements to Still Goin Down by Morgan Wallen. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.